Into the Boring Podcast.
The Boring Podcast, brought to you by Elon Musk.
Therefore, it's not boring, but welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode number 56, being recorded on September 25th, 2018. The Council is now in session, and as every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background and absolutely no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Please listen, Elon Musk. We welcome you to this week's episode.
Hello.
Why not?
No quippy remarks.
We would like to take your questions, Elon Musk.
He has questions for us?
Why not?
He will eventually. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
First episode for the first episode for tonight is in science. Speaking of Elon Musk,
why did you post a link to it in the chat?
So that I can send it out.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to watch it, you can.
How do I make this thing full screen?
Why are you like smaller now?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Your video, like on my screen, is smaller. I don't know.
What?
He's got the HD thing going by.
Smaller?
Does that mean you're better than us?
Hold on.
Oh, he's gone.
Goodbye.
There we go.
Well, we're doing it live. All right.
First topic.
Is it fixed?
Yeah, that's better.
That was weird.
Nice job. First topic is solar panels replacing roadways.
Are they?
Well, maybe. I guess that's what this article is talking about tonight. They're basically saying, or they have tested it. They replaced a roadway with some solar panels, and they got the initial results in about whether it actually works well or not. And the results are it does not.
For what reasons?
Well, actually, there's a couple reasons. First of all, they found out that apparently not so much of the Earth is covered by roadways as we may think. And on top of that, roadways, since they're flat, are not at the optimal angle to capture solar rays, and so their efficiency is pretty poor. And then on top of that...
Seems like something they could have calculated beforehand.
Possibly. On top of that, it also costs a lot of money to put solar panels under a roadway.
No way.
So this was apparently done in France, in, I'm going to butcher this name, Tourville-Alpierche. We'll go with that.
Oh, that was perfect. I speak French.
So apparently they installed these solar panel roads, and it covers apparently 2,800 square meters. It cost them $5.8 million to install them, and it only produces, or it has a maximum power output of 420 kilowatts.
So what's their break-even time?
Well, so what that means is it costs apparently $14,000 per installed kilowatt of power.
What's it cost to do residential kilowatt?
Significantly less.
They'll be done in the year 3535.
Well, they did compare it to a couple other options. So they said basically there's the solar power plant in Bordeaux. That has a maximum power output of 300,000 kilowatts. And although it costs $423 million, it only costs $1,400 per installed kilowatt. So it's 10 times cheaper per kilowatt.
And they did it where?
And it generates more power. This is all in France.
But this was the road that generated more power, or this was something else that generated more
the
power?
solar power plant. The solar plant that had solar panels angled towards the sun, all that sort of things.
Well, why don't they just make the road so that it angles? Follows the sun. I mean, that That'd make the most sense to me.
I mean, I guess you could do that. I mean,
Man.
maybe Elon Musk could make a car that drives on an angled road that's made of solar panels.
Man, we already got a ton of angled roads on NASCAR.
Everybody should just drive a NASCAR. I think Matt solved the problem.
Problem
Drive a
solver right
NASCAR.
here.
And I like that.
I'm gonna give this.
So they did say, oh, here we go. Here's the some residential stuff. They said that the buildings. So they don't actually have the numbers, but apparently the amount of buildings that are in the UK urban areas, where they would propose putting solar panels on residential buildings, is apparently it's significantly more surface area, and they could get solar panels that would be able to be angled towards the sun better, and so they would instantly yield more power output than putting them on the roads.
Huh.
They found out that the surface area of the roads in the UK is about 2 billion square meters, and the area occupied by house rooftops is 17.6 billion square meters. So about 8 times more.
What I like about this mostly is that the people behind this were willing to give it a shot for actual test purposes. Whenever they do something like this, it's not. You were right. Couldn't they have done the math beforehand? They did, but they were like, you know what? If we do this as a publicity stunt, they must have some mastermind plan behind it, where they will. Oh, Matt's done. Matt says it's bad.
Nice.
And I think that there's some. I imagine there'd be some sort of plan behind it that would hopefully gain funding for more solar power research in some fashion, or it's a publicity stunt for political purposes only. Oh wow, look, he does stuff with solar power, and the people who are behind solar power in France would just, who also don't pay attention to the news, which is, I'm sure, a large majority of the world doesn't, will look at it, doesn't really pay attention to the news, and just look at the headlines and go, oh, he supports solar power, that's great, but not looking at like how much money was wasted on this project. Unless there's some other bigger research project that's being pushed forward because of this project that was done, it is a waste of time.
I think you're right. I bet this was just somebody said, hey, look, solar power, because, I mean, this article clearly outlines like a bunch of issues that probably were brought up when they initially proposed the idea. And I bet some engineer is sitting somewhere saying, these guys are freaking idiots. And some sales guy is saying, I just made a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. So, you know what? I'm going to give it a thumbs up for people talking about solar power.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a thumbs down because this was a dumb idea.
That you should just so dramatic.
Wish I had one of those slide whistles. Side whistle sound effect.
We need a soundboard.
Yeah. Weenie in the butt.
You know what isn't a dumb idea, though, is scientists giving MDMA to octopuses.
Of course.
So, MDMA, also known as ecstasy, I believe, was given to some octopuses just to see what happens, basically.
Good.
So why not?
How did this end up in science and not random shit?
So, because it was actually done by scientists.
Okay, fair enough. Good point.
They were actually, I mean, the idea behind it was actually pretty interesting because they were talking about how an octopus's brain has developed completely differently from the way that a human's brain has. And they basically wanted to know if you basically gave an octopus that has a different brain than a human, if it would react the same way when given MDMA or ecstasy or something like that, because of the way that the brain reacts and the cortex and everything like that. They basically wanted to see what would happen.
What did it
And what
do?
happened?
Turns out that it freaks the fuck out.
So it's more like
Is it octopus?
LSD?
Is it an octopus that can like camouflage and change colors and shit?
Yeah, I think so.
Did it just start looking like a fucking one biological creature rave? Basically, it just started shooting waves of colors.
I probably because they did say at first they gave it too much MDMA and apparently it turned white.
Did the octopuses freak out? Scientists didn't discuss such behavior in the paper because it's hard to quantify without anthropomorphizing. Anthropomorphizing. That's a hard word to say. The octopuses.
Anthropomorphizing? I don't know.
Anthropomorphizing. Whether the following anecdotal evidence is not scientific observation, but yes, the
Mushrooms.
octopuses acted like they took ecstasy. At first, when they received a little too much MDMA, they breathed erratically and turned white. But on lower doses, one animal looked like it was doing water ballet, swimming around with outstretched arms. Another spent part of that time doing flips, and another seemed especially interested in minor sounds and smells. Alright.
They also said that the interesting thing was octopuses are pretty much are very solitary creatures as well, and they said I think one of them ended up going up to another one and started hanging out with it and touching it.
Oh,
That's weird. Well,
thumbs up.
Absolutely.
Why not? You know, MDMA is good for you, I guess.
Did
Good
the
for
paper
octopus.
end with
Occupy.
there were no octopuses were hurt in the making of this paper?
I can only imagine so.
They weren't harmed. They just had a really bad hangover the next day.
Mhm.
The headache was killer, you could say.
Oh man, that's weird. Well, you know, good for them.
Yeah, good octopuses.
I'm glad that we did that for science.
Now we know that octopuses have a brain. Oh wait, I think we knew that before.
We had a brain.
What might be cool to some people, SiriusXM is buying Pandora for $3.5 billion.
You know what the most surprising part of this story is? It's that SiriusXM has $3.5 billion.
Well, so they're not buying it with cash, it's an all stock deal.
Oh.
Does that change your mind?
Ah.
Wow.
So SiriusXM, I mean, honestly,
are they after the streaming technology?
It's all about. They said that they're trying to get. I mean, I think you subscribe to XM, right?
I used to. I don't anymore because I'm listening to my audiobook stuff more.
So I mean, they have an online streaming.
Yeah,
service,
but LOL. Like
yeah.
they just tried to call and tell me, they were like, "Hey, we want to renew you for like super low dollars a month." I think the lowest I ever got was like 2 or 3 or something like that. And
2 or 3 what dollars?
Dollars per month.
Wow.
And I was like, nah. And they were like, but you can listen to the satellite radio in your car. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't. I have like Spotify and Pandora and stuff. And then they were like, but
okay, well, we'll go buy Pandora then.
Yeah, we have a streaming service too, and all this junk. And I was like, yeah, but audiobooks is what I do most of the time. And then finally they were just like, whatever, I guess we're not gonna make a sale. So
that's kind of strange because last time I canceled my XM, they're like, all right, whatever.
So when I canceled my XM, it was actually fairly straightforward.
Oh, this was a call.
I was like, I don't drive that car anymore, and they didn't get all picky about it. But what usually happens is they'll question you and be like, "Well, did you get rid of the car?" And if you don't lie, and you're like, "No, I still have it. I don't want to pay for it. You know, I'm doing X, Y, Z when I drive instead." They'll usually do the whole, we can give it to you for ridiculously cheap for the next 10 months or 8 months or something like that.
So I mean, I think that the point of this is that they want
price for SiriusXM is a sucker,
Yeah.
basically.
My parents had XM for years and years and years, and never paid for it once because they bought the car used, and they bought it basically from like a rental car agency. And somehow that car stayed on the rental car agency's XM plan.
Oh my god.
And
Nice.
my parents were like, well, we don't know how to call and cancel this. Like, it's registered to this VIN number. Like, they didn't know to do. There's like, it would eventually just stop being a thing. And no one ever contacted them. And then they sold the car and it had XM still. It's like something they put on
That's
Craigslist
awesome.
whenever they sold it. Like, car comes with XM for a while, we think.
Nice.
We have no idea.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think this is really just a way for XM to get more subscribers. And I mean, they say that Pandora has over 70 million active monthly users. So I mean, that's more than doubling what XM subscriber base is. So I'm not sure that you would expect any changes at this point in time, but maybe you could listen to Pandora in your car eventually through XM, and they'll charge you $100 a month for it.
I don't use Pandora anyway.
I use Pandora, but I don't pay for it. I just have the free one, and I get their ads every 5th song or whatever. And so, as long as XM wants to run advertisement and just be regular radio, sure, I'll listen to XM for free.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I mean, the worst case scenario is you have to pay for Pandora, and as part of XM, you can't get it any other way, which I don't know.
I think it would be nice if you paid for XM and they gave you a Pandora One subscription for free. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen because, I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to give it a thumbs up for spending some money and trying to get some more subscribers.
I just don't care.
I'm going to give it a thumbs down because Matt doesn't care.
Fair enough.
Fucking garbage tier story.
Do you care about Telltale Games being shut down?
No.
I never even knew who these guys were.
They do. Yeah, I knew who they were. They do the.
They did The Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking Dead stuff. And
they were supposed to be doing Stranger Things, I think.
Yeah, but I think, didn't Ubisoft hold a day where they were like, "Hey, come out and we'll hire a bunch of you, maybe."
Probably.
Did you not see that? Ubisoft tweeted out like, "Former Telltale employees, come to this cafe. It's on us. Bring your resumes."
Interesting. I don't know. I guess there was a lot of people who really liked their games, especially the Walking Dead game. I mean, from the sounds of it, these guys just
I mean, I thought they had really good writing and stuff like that. So, but from what I understand, and just anecdotally what I've read, so what that actually means is whatever the first couple top comments were on Reddit for the stories was that they had too many projects in flight that didn't pan out, and it cost a lot of money, and then they didn't have any money anymore.
I was reading
the whole story.
From what I read, it was kind of similar along the lines, but it was that they didn't really make any money off of any game except for the first Walking Dead series.
Oh. Because it became too expensive to make?
I just don't think anybody bought it.
Oh.
Sounds like a marketing problem.
I mean, people knew who they were.
I mean, I can imagine that the amount of people who are looking for this type of game at this point in time is probably pretty small.
Because it's not multiplayer?
Because it's not Battle Royale? I don't know. I mean, I guess
game, by the way.
It's unfortunate that they're shutting down, but I mean, I guess I never played their games, so
until you just said their name tonight, I didn't know who they were at all. So
Well,
I'm
you're
gonna
not.
give thumbs down to the marketing agent.
Well, I'm gonna give thumbs down just because I hate to see game studios shut down unless I hate them.
I'm going to give him a thumbs up for shutting down, knowing to get out of the game when he can't support it.
Okay.
Controversy. That's gonna take our show to the top.
If you want to get to,
we all went the same way at the same time. I mean, what's the fun in that?
well, that's fair. Got to start somewhere. That's our thing now.
Clearly.
If you want to get to the top faster, though, you could probably ride a bike and break the new land speed record. How would you like to ride a bike at 184 miles an hour? I'm talking a bicycle, like a pedal bicycle.
Sounds pretty crazy.
I mean, 183 miles per hour.
Yes.
How do you do that?
So from what I understand on this is that they had to pull them behind a thing to get up to a certain amount of speed so that the pedals were turning
Could
fast
work.
enough so that
Yeah.
they could even pedal it.
Yes.
Because the gear ratios were so out of whack, right? Because you got to be able to pedal at the 187 mile an hour. That to pedal, like you probably can't even move the pedals.
I'm pretty sure they probably can't.
By pushing on them when you're standing still. So they drag them behind this thing up to a certain speed, and the thing is like breaking the wind for them, right? Because if they aren't pedaling behind that, they'll just fly off the bike.
I mean, I think this is pretty dang impressive.
I would love to do that, but I would not love to try and then stop afterward. Like, if he has a parachute on, that'd be awesome. Just hit the parachute, fly up in the air, and like you just float down.
I mean, they got the video in this link.
I don't know how she slowed down.
GIF YouTube.
Yeah, it was a she, right?
Yeah.
Badass.
Huh. I'm pretty impressed because you can watch the entire video. It's like 3 minutes long. But they start off with her kind of sitting still. Like you said, I highly doubt she can turn the pedals.
Yeah,
but
look how slow they're moving when they first take off.
Yeah. Well, and she's probably going like 60 miles an hour, and she's like barely pedaling.
Yeah.
So wait, she just slows down here. So then, is the vehicle slowing down? Because then it just kind of takes off, and she's done. But
I bet she just coasts to an end then.
Yeah, but I would just be worried she'd fly off. Like after they.
What were they pulling this behind?
Well, they said that they were pulling him behind with a dragster. I mean, I've got to imagine you got to have a pretty awesome car to pull it at 184 miles an hour.
Yikes. Thumbs up. That's awesome. I would do it. You know what? I would do it.
I would like to see you do it without the windbreak. Just be pulled. Get some fins
I would like
on.
to see me do it without the windbreak and without the bicycle and just be pulled.
Would you be flying or
what kind of gearing was that?
I don't know. This article I don't think mentioned what type of gear it had. Just that it was
Metal Gear Solid, I think, was the type of gear it was.
That makes a lot of sense. Thumbs up. Metal Gear bike.
There's a website. It's theprojectspeed.com.
Oh.
Holy shit, they did. They have a picture of the car on their website. It is a dragster race car. Holy shit. That's amazing. I'm going to give them thumbs up because that car is awesome to be dragged behind.
Where'd you find that link at?
It was at the bottom of the page. It's just theprojectspeed.com.
Oh, I see.
The The bike was made by SD Wheelworks in San Diego. A double reduction gearing and drivetrain. I have no idea. I'm betting that not just anybody can buy one of those. Anyway, thumbs up. Good for her. Way to go. On the slower it wasn't a Schwinn.
That's all.
Interesting. Anyway, if you want to go at a little bit of a slower speed, maybe you want to buy these robotic skins for your stuffed animals.
Yeah, I'm watching this video. It's weirding me out.
So this is I don't even know who the hell this company makes this thing called Omni Skins. I actually don't even know if this is a company. It's just some professor dude who made it. It's apparently a general purpose system that enables inanimate objects to move or provide an extra boost to robots or animals in need. It's apparently an electric skin that can be wrapped around anything and can help it move, I guess. So the video that they have here is like a little stuffed horse, and they have the skins wrapped around the horse's legs, and it's just walking across the table. I mean, I don't know if I'd really call it walking, but it's moving.
It's kind of shuffling, isn't it?
It's made from elastic sheets embedded with sensors and actuators. The flexible sheets can be wrapped or fixed to a soft, malleable surface, such as a stuffed animal or a foam tube. The skins then animate these objects by applying force to their surface. I mean, shit, we're going to have like Frankenstein's monster here pretty soon.
Does it just move on its own, or do you get a remote control this thing?
I think right now it just moves on its own.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Silas posted that we're live on the Facebooks.
Yeah, look at all the people watching we have right now.
I mean, how could I possibly know that?
We have one, and it's me.
Oh,
sad.
It's depressing.
So I don't know. I guess this would be like the perfect Halloween gag. I don't know. You could like set up a little monster, wrap them up with this stuff, turn it on, scare all the neighbors, scare all the neighbor kids. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up because I like scaring people.
I mean, that's a pretty lame idea, but I'm gonna give the overall concept a thumbs up.
I'm gonna give that idea a thumbs down, but the product a thumbs up. I do like where your head's at, though. Using it for a gag of some kind seems like the only practical application for this.
I can't wait till I can buy this as a real product. It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be sold on Amazon. What are they going to call it?
We all know what people are going to use it for.
Oh, man.
Nice. Perfect.
Speaking of Elon Musk, is it time to pitch our ideas to Elon Musk?
I think, I think it's about that time.
While
we need an intro for this sub-segment.
Elon Musk.
I think we should have like a rocket launching into a Tesla car.
Oh, man.
Inside of a Hyperloop.
That makes sense. I'm on board with that.
I think
Musk pitches.
I think my Musk pitch is that Elon Musk should make us that intro video and send it to us.
He has a lot of free time.
Cheating.
All right, then my pick is that he should
develop. Well, while we all are making sure our pitches are finalized, I want to talk about Elon Musk for just a second, because I listened to a podcast with Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast today.
Yeah.
And that shed so much light on Elon Musk as a person for me because I had never seen him or heard him or anything before. I just knew of the strange things he was doing because of us talking about him on the podcast. And I would see the articles and I'd go, oh, yeah, that's a weird thing. Oh, that's a neat thing. That's
Just read
that's
the
a
damn
thing.
book.
And
Nice.
I got to listen to him today, and he's a character.
It's Elon Musk by Ashley Vance, and it's worth every penny.
By Ashley Vance. All right, I'll check it out.
Yep.
Should I listen to it on audiobooks?
Yeah, actually. If you haven't read this, Blaine,
Does
you
Elon
definitely
Musk read
should.
it?
No, I don't think so, but that would be awesome.
That'd be so great.
My favorite meme of him taking the hit off the joint has become a meme on the internet.
Yep.
And my favorite version of it.
We talked about that a
is,
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, him taking the hit and then being like, let's send my car to space.
All right, so Blaine, you had a pitch for Musk.
He should develop solar panels that can be elevated when cars are not driving on them to be at the optimal angle.
That is.
And so
that is
if you're looking as cars drive down the road, you would just see like all these solar panels doing this as a car drives by. And if you're lucky, you can get caught as it goes up. It smacks your car halfway across the planet.
I like it. I vote for that. Thumbs up to that idea. My pitch for Elon is that I think after that hit he took up the joint, he should go do MDMA with the octopi.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
Just to see what happens for science.
If he wants to do it, he can do it on the CouncilCast. Just email us, councilcast@gmail.com. We'll certainly set up a live stream for you.
I mean,
We'll set him up with a live
as
stream.
long as he's recording from where it's legal.
From the octopi den? Yeah.
He'll be in international waters or international space. It's okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
What about you, Matt? What do you got?
I don't have anything good. I just don't have any ideas.
Elon Musk today, when I was listening to the podcast, he did say, Jogan was like, how do you come up with these ideas? Like, are you running out of ideas? He's like, I have no shortage of ideas. and I think they may have cut it out, but I'm pretty sure he did say something to the effect of, because of CouncilCast and the ideas they keep pitching me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was like working on something else. I don't know if I heard him say that exactly. So, but I'm pretty sure he said that. I was across the room doing dishes, but I'm pretty sure I heard it.
It's just nice to get some recognition.
I know, right?
Frankly, like,
we do a lot of hard work here.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't many global think tanks like us.
Not many.
So you mentioned if Elon Musk could read that book, maybe what if Elon Musk recorded every word in the dictionary? And then
actually, I think that's what I want. I want Elon Musk
and
to
then Audible
do
could
the
like
audiobook of that biography and do it in the style that he's doing in one of his presentations. So with like all the weird, awkward stuttering and pauses and stuff.
What about
you must make it happen?
Oh my!
Could you call it Audible Musk and have every book on there has been read by Elon Musk?
If one,
that's all you
does
can
an
get.
audiobook version of their own biography, does it become an autobiography?
If you
or an
audible biography.
An audible
biography. I like it.
Huh.
It's a great idea.
All right.
We'll have to think about that.
Audible storefront for Elon Musk books only, read by Elon Musk.
I'll take that to the over under think tank at work and see what they think.
Do it.
All right.
I like it. Good podcast.
Nice job. With that, I'm going to call this council meeting adjourned. Thank you for listening. We record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. If you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org. You can also find our audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. And if you have a topic you'd like our decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com, or don't search Twitter because we're still not on there yet.
Oh yeah, I got to get on that. I'm sorry, guys.
But you can definitely find us on Facebook, and we may see
Yeah,
it.
we're really taking a hit not being on.
We've according to my calculations, we've lost out on at least 5 times the number of subscribers that we had.
I mean, honestly,
Which was
Elon
0.
Musk tweets so much, we're probably missing every single one of his tweets.
Oh yeah, and he's missing ours too. Let's be honest.
That's true. With that,
Well,
the council is over. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
yay.
Adjourned.